Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and it's another episode of Free Pattern Friday. Yay! It's Free Pattern Friday. This one I'm calling Focal Point, and it's made with all half square triangles, and it's one of these fun blocks that just goes together. There's all sorts of different ways you can arrange it, but the focal point actually creates a very unique little block, and you do get some cool secondary patterns happening with this block as well. Okay, but first, let's get to our shout-outs, and we have two shout-outs for you. This quilt behind me is from Quilt Loveleaf by Jen Kingwell. I can't give you the measurements or anything like this here, but it is in this book, and it is called Mrs. Bannister's Star. Now, what I did is I took the blocks, and just the blocks from Mrs. Bannister's Star, and I decided to make a little quilt with a cute little piano key border to use up the rest of the Star Wars fabric. But as soon as my oldest saw that it was all cut in pieces, it was all Star Wars, she claimed it as hers. So I guess it's going to go to a good cause. At some point I will get it quilted and given to her. But just so you know, that's where this is from. That's where the inspiration was obtained. But our shout out today is Mitzie from Jittery Wings, Mitzie Schafer. Now, her YouTube channel is going to be in our show notes below. It's so important you get into those show notes. You get the cutting instructions of the block that I'm doing, our PDFs, or all sorts of other things that are going on in there. So look for that See More button and click it and then scroll down, right? Because that's really important. So you have the cutting instructions in there and Mitzie's YouTube channel. I also want to tell you guys that I'm not sure when this video is dropping because we filmed so far ahead. The Chaos Sew Along is coming, and it's going to be a fun sew along where we have all like larger pieces. The blocks, the little blocks, are going to be 4.5 square unfinished and 4.5 by 8.5 unfinished. So if you have larger scraps, you can throw all of them in there. It'll be fine. It's supposed to look a little crazy and a little wonky, but it'll end up being beautiful. Trust me on this. So it's going to be a fun one. Like I said, I'm not sure when it's coming, but it is coming. We also have a Facebook group. It's warm and welcoming. We have so much fun in there. We do all the same things other Facebook groups do, but we have a lot of community chats. We have finding free patterns on different parts of the internet. We do recipe exchange. We do fabric exchanges by country. We also do a virtual sewing room under Discord for the members of the Facebook group. So you have a sew date, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's all sorts of fun. Zoom sew dates are listed below as well, and that's from now until the end of December. I haven't looked at 2025 yet. I will get there, and once I do, those dates will be posted there as well. That's a day from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We just get together and we have a lot of fun. I usually try and get something a little simpler for me to do so that I can sit and chat with everybody and, welcome them as they come in. And we do show and tell, and we ask questions and we take polls. We have all sorts of fun in there. Now, share, like, and subscribe will help us out so much. We're trying to get the word out on all these free patterns that I'm putting out. And we would just really need you guys to share. This is something that would help us so much. Also, commenting, and if all you have time to do is a thumbs up or a heart or whatever, that would help us out so much. That just helps our analytics. Now, lastly, I do speak for free to quilting groups and quilting guilds. So if you're a guild or group or looking for somebody that wants to talk about working with their scraps, elements of design, and charity quilts, I'm your person. I'll try and do the best I can to put you into my schedule. I am so enjoying those speaking engagements because I get to chat with other quilters and all the fun things and inspiring things that they're doing as well. So I think that's it. Come on in. Let's get to this sewing here on this block called Focus Point. Okay, so we're gonna sew all our half square triangles together first, and that's gonna give you your placement, right? So now I used a dark, a medium, and another dark. So my two different darks here. And it looks, now I did give you the cutting instructions from the traditional method, right? If you don't have the easy angle triangle ruler, you got to use the traditional method. And that if you have the easy angle triangle ruler, You're cutting them out of a 3.5-inch strip. So this just flies along. So I, for years, did not buy one. And when I finally had an extra bit of coin, I decided, okay, let's do this. Let's see how really wonderful this is. And like I say, I was really impressed. Now I understand there's other rulers on the market that do the same thing, but the easy angle one is the one I have. So that's the one I use. But yeah, I am very impressed. Now if you have an Accu quilt cutter, you're looking at 3.5-inch triangles, house square triangles, right? And you can make them as scrappy as you want. But like I say, I did mediums, 2 different mediums, or no, one medium, and then 2 different darks. So there. The mediums probably take up the most. So, I mean, I only use 3 different pink fabrics. You could probably use more if you wanted to. That's entirely up to you. But your medium, like I say, for this block, you know, we get plugged up with mediums in our stash and in our scraps, and we don't know what to do with them. So this one's good if you go totally scrappy. Your darks are in one place, your mediums are all in another, right? So you can have quite a bit of fun here with your dark, medium, and lights. If you go scrappy, there we go. I'm kind of looking forward to the chaos so long. Like I say, I don't know when this video is going to drop, but when I first decided, I have been reworking this so I don't end up in a copyright violation. So I decided, okay, we're going to call it this same thing. Oops, I gotta check that one out, how it goes together. And we're going to make it work. Now, one of the things I also changed was the backgrounds, right? Like the low volumes, like you hear, they're 2 different prints, right? So, and that's gonna, I didn't put any unity in the block for one unifying color. I decided, nope, because people, if they're going to use scraps, they're going to be scraps, right? You know, you might only have a few scraps of this one color, or this one low volume. But, oh, here we go. Let's get that last one. Yay, the last one. They don't take long. You can sit here and do all of the half square triangles as leader enders if you wanted to, and it would work perfectly. Okay, so let's put all the pink together. This pink. Okay. Now you can make several blocks, right? You make several different blocks just by using half square triangles. You know, and each one of them, there was a booklet put out. Where was it? She had a whole bunch of, because you're basically doing probability or possibilities, right, of all the different layouts. So, yeah, but it was really an interesting. And there is a pamphlet. If you're part of the Facebook community, there is a pamphlet that you can use to get those layouts. So let's start with the dark first. We're gonna go with this dark first, because this one was just fun. This one's got a little bit of red. It's got, I gotta get the dog ears off. Sorry. Oops. False start. False start. Okay. Yeah. Like I say, you would do all of these as, you know, leader enders, and you would have, you would get this done in a heartbeat, this quilt, with these blocks. So, yeah, I don't do full-size quilts of blocks anymore, because I'm trying to show all of the different blocks that there are that I would like to play with. So, and some of you say, oh, you need to do an entire quilt. No, I don't have time for doing entire quilts of blocks anymore, unless it's a special one like the Jan Kingwell Challenge or something like that, right? Then it's just yeah, it has been fun. That was actually a fun challenge. And interesting how I managed to through that. It sparked my creativity too, because as soon as the challenge was I was throwing fabrics down, getting them ironed up, and off we go. It was one of those fun projects. Okay, now we'll finger press. And I've got all the colored bits up because they're the lightest. Okay. Okay. Just like that. There. There we go. So there is one quadrant right there. Let's get another quadrant. Okay. That's our focal point, by the way, in case you're wondering. And you see this? Yeah, okay. I'm laying them out as I'm doing this, and it's like my hands are in the way. Sorry. Sorry if my hands are in the way. Here. Okay. I have one extra of this. Oh dear. Do I have enough? Yes, I do. Okay, I'm going to go like this. No, that's wrong. There. I have two left over, and I can use them in a different block, right? There's your focal point. So, and I have two of these left over, and they're a good size, so I can throw them into my orphan blocks or whatever. But you see how that works, right? Now, let's see. There. It'll be easier. It'll be easier for you once you see it sewn together. It'll be you can fit it all into frame then. Okay, let's get this sewn together. And like I say, focal point is one of these ones where, you know, I'm using color to show the lines, right? You know, colors and lights. But okay. And this, like I say, is just a fun, pretty block. Pretty block. There we go. And last up is this. Okay. Now this finishes at, we'll finish at 12 inches in the quilt and 12.5 inches unfinished. So it's a good size block. It's a nice one to work, nice size to work with. Okay, now I'm gonna lay all of this back out so I have made sure that I haven't done something dumb like twisted a block or, you know, put something in the wrong spot. No, I have not. Everything's still going the same direction. Yay! So we're off to the races with more. See, like I say, you could put any low volume in here too, right? So that would be... I did have 3.5 inch strips of low volume cut, so I was like, okay, we're going to just do this and make this work. Sometimes quilting is about using up what you have, right? And that's the story, right? That's all it is let's use what we have. Okay. There we go. And open this. And let's get sewn like that. There. And Yeah, webbing a block together like this is just so much easier than trying to, you know, do a couple at a time or this or that at a time. It's like, oh. Okay, so back on the board, and you can see how it's all going together, right? Okay. Then this goes like this. I'm going to turn that one up. There we go. Now, see this? In order to make this happen, I had to poverty piece this together. And we have done that. People have done that for centuries. So don't think it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's just the way it is. Sometimes you got a poverty piece to make. I didn't have quite enough of this. I was short, like a little, not even a 2-inch bit. And I decided, okay, I'm poverty piecing it. And when I do that, I show you guys because, you know, I want you guys to understand you can. You can do that. It's okay. And last one. Oh, there we go. I'm going to match that up. Oops, where did it go? There it is. I match that up just like so. There. There. Now I had to force a few seams just so I could get everything to, you know, to work. Right now I had to force these seams because I want these seams to actually end up, you know, being right. So I'm going to force this one up. Okay. Just so I want this focal point on here to lie flat. I need it to lie flat, so I'm going to force the seams around it to be pushed the other way. Okay, this one's going up. Okay. Okay, this one's going up, that one's going down. There we go. There. Yeah. There. Okay. 2 more seams. Okay. Here. Now I cut open this so I can really get in there and see which way stuff is going, and you know, and make sure that everything's going the way I need it to go. There's nothing worse than having a twisted seam. Or even you can just clip a twisted seam. If you do happen to make a twisted seam, you can just clip it. Right? And I know some people, the argument's on sometimes you make the seam weaker, but you're not cutting into it. You're just clipping it so that it stays in place. There we go. And there. Okay, last one. Here we go. And now there now. Okay. Okay, here we go. Now, I'm just going to show you how this ended up being sewn together. Now, I do have a couple of twists probably in here, but that's okay. We can manage those. Now, this is going to go out, and so is this, right? These are, ooh, this one's twisted. So I'll clip it here, and I'm just clipping to 1/8, right? So I have a 1/8 seam, because you can, you know, you still can work it when it's 1/8. This is all now done the right way. Okay, this one goes out. Okay, this is in, and all this stuff is in. All I have to do now is give it a nice press, and it should all be laying flat, relatively flat. I think I'm going to press this so all the seams, the long seams that run across, go down, and that will be my compromise. Okay, let me give this a good press, and we'll get to our ta-da moment. Okay, here's our ta-da moment on focal point. I think this one came out really well. It lends itself to a lot of, you can do lots of scrappiness as long as you stay with the dark, medium, and the light, right? That, you know, you could sit there and just chain piece a whole bunch of half square triangles and still come up with this. Now, this layout is important because it's symmetrical. So when you're laying out the block beside it, it goes like this, right? And then of course it flips around to this, and then this. So what you've done is put 4 focal points together, and you create some very cool secondary designs with this pattern, right? So it's kind of a fun one to play with. Like I say, there is a PDF in the Facebook group that has, I don't know how many different designs you can make with a 16 patch. Basically, this is what it is, using half square triangles. So, I mean, there's all sorts of ways you can lay this thing out and have a great time with them. But it's getting those half square triangles pointed down. I do suggest if your sewing machine has a small hole needle plate, that's the one you use, and that way your half square triangles don't get sucked down into the works of the sewing machine. But anyways, I do hope you give it a try, and life is treating you grand, and you stay well and all this good stuff. So take care until we see each other again. Bye! Hello again. We just want to thank you for enjoying our video and, you know, coming along with my husband and my YouTube adventure and quilting. And, you know, sometimes things don't work out as best they should, and sometimes they work out great. We're going, wow, that went well. But it's been an amazing journey, and I'm so glad I could share it with you. Share, like, and subscribe these videos. That really helps us out, and it helps us make more charity quilts, okay? So you guys take care until we have a chance to meet again, okay? Bye!